The Puppet Master.
Puppet Master. Wait, no, I didn't watch that.
Jesse can't pick his movie. So, well, he might have picked his movie.
Went with mine
Maybe.
anyways.
It might change by the end of the next
Yeah.
week.
next
So next day, if we ever make it there.
Yeah.
So we ended up going with Albert's choice, which is Groundhog's Day.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is it Groundhog's Day or Groundhog Day?
Groundhog Day.
Groundhog
Yeah,
Day.
I always say groundhogs.
It's just a habit,
It's
right?
just one groundhog.
It should be but it
But
should be
it's
the
per-
Groundhog's Day.
Like it's like
it's the day
possession.
for the
S
groundhog.
apostrophe,
Yeah.
apostrophe S.
Yes. There's not multiple.
No,
Oh,
apostrophe
never
S.
mind. It's
that
it's a
own the
singular
day.
groundhog.
Yeah, so
Oh,
apostrophe S, yeah.
Okay.
It's the Groundhog's
Yeah.
Day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not the. It's just okay,
Groundhog.
Anyway, so yeah, that's what we went to. Have either of you seen this movie before?
No.
One time.
Really?
Yes.
And how did you feel about it at that time? Do you
Uh.
remember it at all?
Yeah, it was part of our philosophy course. Required viewing. So
Oh.
yeah,
Well, that's a good choice
it is.
to talk about philosophy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have my whole philosophy course recorded audibly, so I every couple years I go back to it.
Hmm.
Some good points for this movie.
Okay. Excited to hear about it then.
Yeah.
Excited to hear their points, not
Yeah.
yours.
Yeah.
Well, I guess the points. Those
that the
points,
class
yes.
was making because
Yeah.
Jesse's probably like, yeah, he relived the same day.
yeah. Yeah.
Okay, pretty cool. I didn't know like they did that for a philosophy class.
Yeah.
Did you guys watch a lot of movies in that class, or
We watched some movies and then some TV shows, but not a bunch. Maybe like 2-3 movies and then a couple TV shows.
was it like an intro to philosophy class?
Yeah.
Or?
On 101.
Man, your class must have been a lot more fun than mine was. Mine
It
was not
was-
like that.
It was the most fun class I've ever had.
Really?
Yes. I kept in contact with the teacher for years after we took the course because of how engaging he was.
Nice.
Nice.
And I've gotten book recommendations from him and stuff like that.
Yeah, my class was not like that. We went over the textbook stuff.
Yeah.
There was not too many conversations. It was
Yeah,
not-
all the terms.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
I had a boring philosophy 101.
The best Philosophy 101 course
you've ever taken.
I have. Well, I mean, the only one, but
Oh man, yeah, that's cool though.
yeah.
The only time I ever had fun in a class was like maybe one of my psychology classes, like back at GCC,
Yeah.
because there was a teacher I definitely like talked to like years after as well, who wrote me like recommendation letters and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah.
I got in an argument with her not with her, but with one of her colleagues one time though.
Yeah.
Fun.
We so I was in her colleague's class as well.
Mm-hmm.
And we were at the class was like the first we were talking about like measurement stuff, and they were trying to like they put us into groups that we were all trying to come up with I forgot exactly what, but there was one group that actually ended up winning because they were able to trick the class, and I don't agree with them because their thing was like you're riding the bull riding competitions.
Yeah.
If you fall off before the bull before the bull even gets out of the gate, like I forgot but it's like the time never starts until you're actually out of the gate. So
Yeah.
it was very, very
Is this
flawed.
about the semantics of the rules or something?
Yeah. And it was very flawed. I don't agree. To this day, I don't agree with it. I forgot most of the argument, but like time doesn't start until you're out. So
Yeah.
you're always gonna have 0.0000001. Like
Yep.
you're never gonna have exactly 0
Yep.
because then time didn't start if you didn't leave the gates. So anyway,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
that was just
What was the point? It was supposed to be a group argument, and
It was supposed to be-
group is supposed to collaborate together to.
the group was supposed to collaborate together to try
Defend
to
a point of view.
stump the class on like different styles of I think it was like measurement or something, because it had to have been some form of measurement
Yeah.
because time is measurement. But
Yeah.
okay.
one
yeah,
group
perception.
one group won because of that argument, where if they fell out off the bull before the gate, then it would be exactly 0, which that's just not true because time never started.
Yeah. Yeah.
I see what you mean, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was very stupid.
Yeah.
I was so mad that day. I've never argued with the teacher.
I would not like that argument.
I never argued with the teacher so much to the point where I was like so salty, and I think I threw shade at the teacher one time because of it. Like I was so mad.
Did you still pass the class?
Of course, I passed the class,
Okay,
Albert.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe you got kicked out.
The class itself was easy,
Yeah,
and I didn't say anything that would get me kicked out.
that's good.
But I definitely was not happy that day.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't be either.
Yeah.
Remember that time we won that engineering paper tower building contest against the engineers and they cheated and they won because they cheated?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm so salty about that.
Me and Jesse took 3rd place in a engineering competition.
Was it second or third?
I think it was 3rd.
I thought it was second.
We'll say 2nd. It sounds
Yeah, we'll
better.
say second. The engineers,
That's more cheated.
before they could put their weights on, the tower was falling over and they held up their tower.
Oh, boo.
And I was like, your tower lost at that point. Like,
Yeah.
ours supported the most weight. I literally constructed the most sound, and I would using weight plates, 45-pound weight plates, and it was holding together at my house. So I know we won.
Experimented.
Yeah, for days. It was
Yeah.
good.
It was fun.
Yeah. Salty days.
Sweaty days.
But like, we weren't engineering majors, so it
Yeah.
was just like we were a
Even-
psychology major
And
and
exercise.
an exercise guy.
Yeah.
Even more satisfactory to
Yeah.
beat them and then get
Yep.
cheated on.
Yep. The system's rigged.
Another thing is like okay,
Another.
one of the teachers that was at that the competition
Yeah.
actually remembered me for a while too, and like I talked to that teacher for a while too. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Never in an engineering class at all, but
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway,
Okay.
Groundhog Day.
About getting cheated.
Did you have any thoughts going before?
No, I the only thing I knew was the concept of the movie, just the same day repeating over and over. I knew nothing else.
That's the same.
Yeah.
So I was kind of interested in it. I thought. I don't know what I thought, to be honest with you. At one point, I thought it was gonna be kind of dumb when I like way back in the day when I first heard about it, and then
Why?
just the idea just doesn't seem interesting to me.
Yeah. The only thing I've heard about this movie is in videos where they talk about different time travel or time loops happen and how paradoxes happen.
Yeah.
And in this movie, it's pretty much a clean loop where nothing happens in the same day that affects the same repetition, the same loop. Nothing he does affects the next time it loops.
Yeah. Except for the last one.
Only for himself,
Yeah.
mentally.
Yeah.
But nothing he physically changes doesn't affect the next day.
the next day, yeah, it's yeah.
It resets.
Yeah, it's a clean reset. All right, let me go ahead and get into the details. It's directed by Harold Ramis. There was a long tagline. Didn't care to write it all, but it was just like one of those old taglines where
It's the whole synopsis.
Yeah, basically. It had a budget estimated at $14 million.
14 million?
$14,600,000.
Why does that seem like a lot for this movie?
Yeah, really. Honestly, it does. Yeah. But that's what it said. Like, I swear.
Mhm.
I swear, guys. You can look it up. Actually, look
I
it up.
believe
Just
you.
please look it up to,
All right,
to
okay.
fact
All right.
check me.
Okay.
Because that does seem like a lot compared to movies. It's
I mean, they had to pay like the biggest actors, but we'll check.
Bill Murray.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, the lady too.
Is she?
Anita something?
Yeah.
Andy
Yeah.
McDowell.
14.6 million. Budget between 14.6 and 30 million.
That's crazy.
That's more than Godzilla.
I mean, it depends
Minus
on
one.
how much marketing they do
Yeah.
back then.
Yeah.
That's
Because the
crazy.
marketing really bumps it up.
Released February 12th, 1993. A runtime of 1 hour and 41 minutes. It's rated PG. No sex in this movie. Box office. Only the pre stuff.
The four
The
stuff.
pre-jacks.
The
Box office worldwide of $71 million. I think it was like just a little bit under that.
Yeah.
It's streaming on Vudu and AMC Plus. If you have an AMC Plus
Yeah. Well,
subscription.
you had to buy it from Voodoo, but yeah.
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 What?
You said streaming, but I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you can buy it anywhere.
We watched
We
it
watched
on
on
Vudu.
Vudu.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Take-
not free. I wish it was.
Ironically, okay.
What?
Ironically, yesterday when I was not yesterday, was it yesterday? Maybe it was. Yeah, it was definitely yesterday. I turned on the TV to like just watch something, and there was
Groundhog Day?
on
Yeah.
TV.
Groundhog
Because it was Groundhog's Day yesterday.
Oh,
Groundhog
yeah, it was
Day. Yeah, it was
yesterday.
yesterday.
Yeah. Oh,
Literally
yeah.
yesterday.
Today's February 3rd.
I didn't even think
Oh,
about
today,
that.
no,
Yeah.
today's the-
That's crazy. No wonder why I was playing on TV.
Nice.
That's why it was on sale. It was on TV.
Oh man,
I tried to get a
gotcha.
shirt.
Let's take a drink of our sip here.
I found this Sailor Moon drink
Where'd you find it at?
in down the street.
Okay.
Oh, never mind. You can bleep that out if you want to.
I'll believe it out. I'll believe it out.
I found it at a local Asian store.
They still know where he lives. No, I'm kidding.
But like, I
Did
don't think
someone
it's
ask
called
you?
that, is it?
What?
I don't think it's called that.
The
Is it?
supermarket?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not called
it
that.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cups.
Cups.
But yeah, it's pineapple flavor.
pineapple.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Ooh, what type of ooh was that? Was that a good ooh or a bad ooh?
It was badu, but I actually like pineapple, so I don't know.
Interesting.
Interesting. Oh, go ahead.
He failed. Not that carbonated.
Yeah, I was expecting more.
When I was younger, I wasn't really a fan of pineapple, but as I've gotten older, I've definitely enjoyed the taste a lot more.
The fruit flavor or the artificial flavor?
The actual fruit.
I love pineapple.
Like, I don't know. It just did not seem good to me.
Ooh,
And
it
then,
smells really pineapple-y.
yeah, it does.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's light.
Don't like it.
Really light in flavor.
I like it has a pineapple taste,
At first.
but then it's like very
Yeah.
soda watery.
yeah, diluted go yogurt.
It's very light in flavor. It's strong in smell. It
Yeah.
smells good.
Does smell good.
The smell is a 5.
The
and
taste is
taste
a 2.
is a 2.
There's like almost no taste.
Yeah.
But it's not sparkling water.
Yeah, what you can do if you want to replicate this, buy a pineapple,
Put it
put
in
a
some water.
slice on the cup, like the brim, and then take some go yogurt and put it in water and dilute the go yogurt. And
I
then
mean,
that's
I would just like crush a pineapple and then put that juice in sparkling water. And
No, that'd
that
be
would-
way better
that would
than
be
this.
better than this.
yeah, it'd be way better. But if you want to replicate the flavor,
So 2 and
3.
oh yeah, he has a different palate than us.
I like it. Some depending on the drink, I like it
what would you give the silkworms?
when it's subtle.
What?
What would you give the silkworms?
Oh, that was like a 1.
Oh, okay.
He's got to try it again. It's gonna be a 3 this
Why do I
time.
We're
have
not
to try
trying. We're not trying it. I'm not trying it.
I
No.
mean, I'll bring other bugs. I could like,
No, it's okay.
fried
I-
crickets or something. That's
I don't
easy.
really want. to
What's
eat
your
bugs.
favorite bug?
I have not eaten a lot of bugs.
But of the bugs you have eaten, what's your favorite?
Fried crickets.
Those like a 2?
It's like salt, chili powder, and like a crunchy thing. It was good.
Okay. 5, eh?
Yeah, 5 probably.
We gotta try that for Bugs Life. No, I'm kidding.
We're not doing that.
Dude, I'll bring it.
You can bring it.
I'll bring it.
I'm not eating it.
Why do I feel like Bugs Life was released in February as well?
I have no idea.
Look it up. Look it up while I listen to Albert sell that sip.
What?
We're going on
Okay.
to our sell that sip, a 6-word summary of the movie.
Oh yeah, here we go. I made mine an acronym.
Not even close to February.
Oh, was it even 93?
No, it was 98.
4.
Oh.
What month?
Oh yeah, this is way after
November.
Oh wow! The end of the year.
Way after Toy Story.
Yep.
God redoes opportunities until new day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ground.
Ground.
Nice.
It's cool.
It's it's I think what everyone thinks it's gonna be, and I think it's a pretty fun story.
Yeah.
For me, it's change can happen in one day.
Change can happen in one day.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's
A lot
what
of change.
symbolism. You can change in one day. You just gotta try.
Yeah. Sometimes you can change multiple times in one day.
Yeah.
If you go to the gym and then you go into church,
Yeah.
a lot of changes.
The literal term.
Uh-huh.
All right, my sellout sip is Aristotle approves analogy of arete again.
Of who?
What?
All right, so Aristotle approves analogy of arete.
What's that?
Arete.
Arete is the Greek word for virtue or
Okay.
to live
Okay.
a good life
Mm-hmm.
or an excellent life.
Okay.
Yeah. Again is just
Again.
again. Yeah. So I think Aristotle would approve of this movie. For
Of,
sure.
of the philosophical teachings of it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and rate this.
Wait, no, did you share? No, we all did, yeah.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and rate this. But I think that's a good idea. We should definitely go to some place
Yeah. That'd be
now
fun.
that we're older and more
Cultured.
Mature?
cultured.
Oh. No, I'm not
Culture's a
mature.
good one.
Yeah.
You're definitely not mature yet.
We don't have to be mature.
Jesse will be thinking of, like, where to build the bunker in the the opera house.
That's a conspiracy right there.
That's like, why did he do that?
See the
Why is
eyeball
it-
in the background?
Why'd they put that there? That's intentional.
So that's it. 6-word summary of the movie. We already did that.
Yep, we did that.
Uh-huh.
So we're going on to rating.
Oh no, it's Groundhog Day.
Oh yeah.
Or
Wow.
did I say that?
I don't know.
Who's rating it first?
Albert?
Oh, okay. I'll go. I'm giving this a 9.
9, eh?
A 9.
Oh, I almost said it right.
A 9.
Yeah,
I
I was gonna say a 9 as well because it's not quite legendary, but I do think this is one of the most important movies you can watch if you're trying to take philosophical ideas from.
Yeah.
But I mean, I wouldn't watch it like every so often. I watch it maybe. Last time I watched it was probably like 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So every other like, what's a half a decade called?
I don't know.
I don't know.
You just say 5 years.
5 years.
Half half a decade. That's what
half
it's
a
called.
decade. Yeah,
It's not a decade. It's only half of it.
Pentade.
it's a half a
A
cavalcade.
A pentade.
A pentatade.
Sounds like a panini.
a panini. We'll just call it a panini. From
Panini.
now on.
Every panini.
Every panini. We're just gonna watch this movie.
Makes me hungry.
I know. I'm hungry too.
I ate before you guys got here, so I'm fine.
You shouldn't save any for
All
us.
right, let's go get some
I
sandwiches.
had a panini.
What?
Oh, nice.
No, I'm
Really?
just kidding.
Oh.
Anyway, I'll give it a 9 too. I think I agree with you guys. I was thinking about giving it an 8, but it's pretty thought provoking.
Yeah.
I definitely think a lot of people should watch it, even if you don't like want to take philosophical understandings for it. I think it has a good meaning behind it.
Yeah, it's still interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even if you're not going that deep, it has a good message too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and get into the characters. I didn't see any trivia that was interesting to me other than Bill Murray got bit by the groundhog twice, and he had to get anti-rabies shots.
Yep, good idea.
Anti-venom.
Yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, he got bit by the groundhog twice.
Do you know rabies has a 100% mortality rate once you
Yep.
start having symptoms?
Yep.
That's crazy.
That's
That's
why.
scary.
But there is a decent window of time for you to get the shot.
Yeah. So if you
If you
get
get-
bit by any wild animal, it's just best you go and
Yeah.
Maybe-
even
Yeah.
dogs and cats.
yeah.
Yeah, maybe just don't get bit by wild animals.
Yeah.
True.
That's why I stay away from the wild.
Yep.
I'm scared.
We stay home.
I bite the animals first. And I
I'm-
give them rabies.
I'm the-
Oh, wait.
I'm the bear.
He's the groundhog.
I'm the groundhog. I bit Bill Murray.
What?
Twice.
Well, I guess the trivia that Jesse found out was that Nobbler's Gob is a real place.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty interesting. Yeah.
Sounds really gross. It sounds sexual.
Like, why would you name a city that or a
Not-
town that?
No, it was a place within the town.
Gob on my knob. Not kidding.
Oh, wait, it's called Gobbler's Knob, right?
Gobbler's knob.
Did you say
Oh,
Nobbler's?
I said Nobbler's Gob.
I was like, wait a second. Did you say Nobbler's Gob?
That sounded more right to me for some reason.
It sounds less
Very, very delayed.
sexual.
Yeah.
I don't know. It sounds more sexual to me.
Novelist gob?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gobbler's knob. I don't know.
Either way.
It's sexual.
Put down in the description which one's more sexual.
Put up a poll right now.
Okay, characters. Bill Murray plays Phil. Andy McDowell plays Rita, and Chris Elliott plays Larry. Those are the only people I cared to put the
What was that? What was the Groundhog's actual name?
Larry.
Larry. It was
Larry.
Phil.
Larry.
Wait,
Phil.
who's Larry?
Larry's the cameraman.
Oh, Larry Phil.
No, in the credits, the Groundhog had a name.
Oh, does it?
It did.
Yeah.
Really?
I forgot what it was, but
I can
saw
look it
scroll
up while we talk about the movie.
Yeah. Who's your
I-
favorite character? Nugget.
The Groundhog.
The Groundhog. I didn't know they were that big.
Yeah.
What are the prairie dogs? Are like smaller,
Small. Yeah.
but they're like
Same with
similar,
meerkats, smaller.
similar like shape. It
Mhm.
looks like, yeah. That's crazy. I've never been to Pennsylvania.
I mean, yeah, I haven't.
Have you been to that?
I've
have
never
you been
been
to east side,
east of New Mexico.
east of Mexico
New Mexico, other
New
than
Mexico.
Florida, by flight.
by flight. Okay,
Yeah.
all right, yeah, all right. Movie
It's actually Phil.
Phil.
His name
It's-
was Phil.
Yeah, it's Phil and Phil.
Punxsutawney Phil.
Yeah, it's Phil
No,
and
but
Phil.
in the credits, it had a different name.
Did it?
Yes,
'Cause
in the movie, it's the
everything I'm
things-
seeing is the groundhog residing in Young Township near Punxsutawney, Philadelphia, is actually named Punxsutawney Phil.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay. Maybe
I'm sure if
that's
we
his
watch
name.
the credits, it's gonna be a different name. But,
Well,
yeah.
I'll put a screenshot or something if that's allowed.
okay. Yeah, of the credits, I don't think that's gonna be a problem.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I just put the text.
Put it right here in front of my face.
Just Howard's face.
Just my
have-
face right here.
But the movie is revolving around. I almost said Phil Collins. Wait, it is Phil. No, it's not Collins. It's Connor.
Yeah.
Phil
Phil-
Connors.
Phil Connor around his
Get to the chopper.
his life or his day. Just one day.
Just one day over and over.
Yeah, over and over. He just
Spoiler alert.
yeah. He just he goes to what's it? What's the town called?
Punxsutawney.
Punxsutawney,
Punxsutawney. Philadelphia or Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. Yeah. So he goes there he's covering Groundhog's Day,
Mm-hmm.
and
At first, he's like a really just horrible person about it. Like
yeah.
he doesn't want to go to that hick place, and
Yep.
he doesn't enjoy it. He'll be back by the 5 o'clock news. Like
Yeah. He goes,
The
"Oh, I
next
can
day.
cover for you." No, I'll be back.
he's definitely got that like I'm bigger than basically the whole TV station.
I'm too big for this place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a celebrity. He says that at one point. He's like, I'm a celebrity. He's like, don't you have a line for
Celebrities, emergencies.
in emergencies? And he's like, are you a celebrity? He's like, yeah, I'm both. I'm a celebrity and an emergency. And I'm just like, okay, dude. And then he gets hit with a shovel, which he deserved.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. So
I've never seen a movie. Oh, go ahead.
no, go ahead. No,
you-
no. You're gonna figure your stuff. So go ahead.
Well, I guess finishing the synopsis of the movie is
Yeah,
he
finish the
repeat-
synopsis. Yeah.
he repeats the same day over and over. He tries different ways of trying
To
to
end it?
it.
To end it.
It starts off with like, doesn't it start off with like, at first he just kind of enjoys in the pleasure of it, where he like
Yep.
Yep.
memorizes all these women around town that he finds attractive, like
Yep.
memorizes stuff about them, and
Yep.
Gets with
just so
them.
he can not have sex with them. Anyway,
Fails a lot.
yeah, and then eventually he tries with Rita, but
The Power Rangers stop him.
Yeah.
the Power Rangers stop him. Yeah. But like every time, the first time or the first couple times, probably I don't know how many. It doesn't tell you how many times, but like at one point he gets to the point where he wanted it, and then it just falls
He
apart,
ruins
and then
it.
he tries to like rush it
Yeah.
every time, and it gets
Yeah.
worse and worse for him, and then he just like goes to the point where he's depressed because he can't attain this woman that he really likes, and he
Starts,
starts to end himself in.
Yeah.
various ways, and
commit ending. Yeah.
Tries to end himself, but
Yep.
then it just still loops over and over. No
Yep.
changes.
The third day he finds out that even if he tries to end himself, that he comes back with the drunk guys, right? I think it was the third day.
he didn't try to end himself though. He just put himself in jail.
Oh,
He
yeah,
was
yeah.
still too scared to try it.
Oh,
'Cause he
yeah. I thought he was on the
swerved.
train track.
He was on the train tracks,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
they swerved.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a funny scene where the cops come up to the window. He goes, "We'll have three burgers, 2 fries,
2
and
shakes.
flapjacks."
It's too early
It's
for
too-
flapjacks.
Bill Murray's funny in this movie.
His deadpan.
What
is
I
good.
was gonna say is this is the first time I've seen Bill Murray in a lead role.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't he lead in Ghostbusters?
I have
No,
not seen the original.
We seen I thought
You
we seen the
haven't?
original. I thought we seen the original.
I thought
no,
we only watched
we have not
the.
reviewed the original.
No, we have not.
We have not.
Yeah, we've only watched
Oh.
The first reboot
with what's his face?
Paul Rudd.
Wolf.
Paul Rudd.
Wolf, but yeah. Is it the guy from It too, right?
Huh?
Yeah, Paul Rudd.
Are we talking about?
I said Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
so. What are you doing right now? Are you trying to like confuse me or something? He's the one that's confused. Like I know it's Paul Rudd.
Yeah, I thought it was Paul Rudd too.
Do you ever have deja vu? Let me
yeah,
check
that's
the
the kitchen.
kitchen. Never mind. Yeah. So he starts off as a egotistical,
Mm-hmm.
higher than life, bigger than life. He thinks himself as like, what is it? The God complex where you just, I don't know.
In a way, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. He says at one point in time, like, I control the weather when he's like freezing in the blizzard, but he doesn't control the weather.
No, I think he knows that he's
Yeah,
exaggerating.
He's exaggerating.
Yeah.
Yeah. But through his failure
Mm-hmm.
and his realization that simple pleasures like hooking up with people or
Eating a ton of food.
eating a ton of food isn't going to make you happy.
Mm-hmm.
He tries to get a little bit deeper. So he tries to learn about Rita and like, what is it, finesse, a good word, his way, and into bed with her. And she's a deeper person than other people,
Right.
than other women and
It's
other
not gonna
guys.
take only one day.
It doesn't take one day, and he only has one day.
Right.
So
He can't go to the next day.
realistically, I don't think that would ever happen. And it doesn't. It takes the second day, right?
I mean, I don't know.
I think
but-
What are you asking?
at the very end of the movie, they still haven't slept together.
No.
No, they
I
still
mean,
haven't.
They were just sleeping.
They were just sleeping.
They were literally just sleeping.
They were sleeping, yeah.
Right.
So he tries to get deeper, and eventually he comes to the realization that this is not going to happen, or the way he's going about it is not going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So he tries to end himself a bunch of times, and doesn't stop it. It still continues. So eventually, he just starts to
Improve himself.
improve himself. Yeah,
Be
in
nicer to
various
the
ways.
people around him.
Be nicer to people.
Learns how to chisel ice sculptures.
Yeah.
Learns how to play the piano.
Learns French. Yeah,
French.
Jinx.
Enjoys
piano.
poetry.
Yup.
I guess at one point becomes a doctor.
No, honorary maybe.
Honorary, yeah.
He just
Symbolic.
saved someone.
It was
yeah.
just symbolic.
Chiropractor, maybe, I don't know.
I don't know. Like I feel like this movie does a pretty good job of not showing you how many times he's actually looped.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he could have very well.
I mean, I guess you can take a test in a day, but I think it would take a couple days to get results. So I don't think. he
Yeah.
would.
I mean,
probably.
obviously he doesn't have. He's not a doctor,
But he has the knowledge of
a
a
doctor.
doctor. Yeah.
so that's why someone in this hick town would consider him a doctor. Because I mean, all the other doctors that we see are not very qualified.
Yeah.
They
yeah.
keep putting. I mean, obviously, like how do you?
But I mean, they're trying to
yeah.
address a guy that says that he's reliving the same day over and over. So I don't
Yeah.
blame a doctor for being
Psychiatrist.
or psychologist. Yeah.
I think we.
Psychiatrist.
This is psychiatrist, yeah. That's what I said.
Yeah. Sorry.
Didn't you study
No,
something?
I'm correcting myself. Yeah.
yeah.
Didn't you study something like this?
I think we should talk again sometime. And he's like, when do you think when's best for you? How about tomorrow?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think the message of the movie is it's trying to
Nah, that's wrong.
give you the meaning of life or what makes life worth living,
maybe fulfilling.
or that's maybe one interpretation.
Yeah.
Because you can live each day in such a way that it seems like you're reliving the same day.
Yeah.
So giving yourself a deeper meaning to life will break you out of that cycle of
Funk.
monotony.
Mm-hmm.
So
Which I think is a big thing that happens to older adults.
yeah, but even maybe younger people who focus a lot on their career,
Right.
and that's all they're focused on, and they're not focused on maybe their well-being or their own sanity or their own happiness, and that they gets a little bit out of whack.
Mm-hmm.
And the way out of it is not through disengaging, but through engaging in meaningful relationships.
Yep.
And so the lesson that we paired this movie with was the ethical theory from Aristotle of eudaimonia. Eudaimonia, literally, eu means good and daimonia means spirit, so
Okay.
good spiriting. But a direct translation of that is like flourishing, or you can break it down into 3 words. It's happiness, health, and prosperity.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what eudaimonia is. A very deep, non-superficial way to say of happiness or blissfulness. So that's I think the message of the movie is to take something deeper out of your life as opposed to just being very superficial, living day to day, not really caring. It shows that if you care enough, you can get out of certain situations.
Right. Living past the pleasures,
Yeah.
the simple pleasures of life.
Yeah. And there's a place for pleasures,
Right.
and there's a place for deepness as well. So that's like the very basic level of this movie, but also of like Aristotle's theories and stuff like that.
Okay.
And I couldn't even get deeper on that because I did one
you're
day of
dumb.
research.
Yeah.
It's because he's dumb.
And
Not
because I'm
dumb.
dumb.
You're not
Um,
dumb.
He's pretty dumb.
He's just dumb.
You know what this movie could have used?
George Clooney?
This
Oh.
movie could have
George
used some
Clooney.
Benoit Blanc.
Helping him find the solution.
Oh, that would be a good movie.
That's just dumb.
What would the movie name be for Benoit Blanc's? So Knives Out, Glass Onion.
I mean, Groundhog Day would work.
But it's got to be like a clever.
I mean, it's not clever. I mean, it's just dumb that he just repeats the name of the movie in the movie like any
Yeah.
other title drop.
Yeah.
Hey,
Well,
hey, don't you say that about Benoit Blanc.
But that's what he does. He makes the title drop for like we're in a glass onion.
Yeah, that's true.
Ready to break.
Pinsatani Blanc.
The great grandfather of Benoit Blanc.
Wait, why here? Probably just need his dad to be there.
Yeah, it's not that far in the past.
At this point, it's about 30 years ago.
Yeah,
So he's probably like 10. It's probably his dad.
yeah, it's not his grandpa.
Knives Out, Glass Onion, Groundhog Day.
Yeah. You know, he would say the scientific name of it, but I don't remember what it was.
Yeah.
Marvin something.
If so for Phil, his like choices were very like things related to Rita, like
Yeah.
musician stuff,
Yeah.
poetry, another language. What if you guys were stuck in this loop? What would be like something you would want to learn?
Ooh, there's so many things.
Pick one.
I would never improve to the point where it would stop. I would just keep learning.
I mean, like
I
he
would
does.
just be stuck.
Yeah.
I would just be like, maybe I know how to end this, but I just would never end it. I would just be keep learning, keep learning.
I mean, but just like him, like
After
you learn
a
all this
while,
stuff,
yeah.
but what are you gonna do with it past the same
After
day?
a while, it just becomes like too like fake. I'm honestly surprised that like she didn't think that after a while. a while.
Yeah,
I mean, she doesn't have much time to think about it.
yeah. I don't know, I would live like 80 years in a loop just learning stuff.
I mean, he could have had 80 years. You don't
We
know.
don't know that.
Yeah.
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 He learned so many skills.
Yeah. I would be very shocked at first, but I'd be very...
You still haven't answered my question.
What was your
at
question?
all.
Yeah, I
learned a
forgot.
language.
Huh?
I'd learn a language.
You learn a language?
Yeah, yeah. If I had to choose one thing.
One thing?
Yeah, one thing.
What language?
I don't know. I would pick something. I don't know.
Why not multiple languages? No.
I mean, yeah, if I had the choice, but like probably Spanish. Or Chinese.
I think I'd probably learn like woodworking. Like he does ice sculpting, but I'd probably do like woodworking, like
Mhm.
how to build
That's
a
very
house,
useful, yeah.
like building a house or
Furniture, tools.
something. Furniture, yeah,
I think I agree with that answer.
that'd be pretty
It's
very
very
useful.
functional.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mhm.
very functional. You'd be like, oh, my drywall needs to be repaired. Bam, just knock it
Easy.
down and
Like
fix that pipe.
I think if we could choose multiple things, I would definitely choose something functional and
Yeah.
something for enjoyment.
yeah.
So like I definitely would do. I'm moving the standards of my own question. This
That's
is a
fine.
first. I would definitely do like woodworking because I like learning another language would be nice,
Yeah.
but
You got a day to communicate. So
I
I mean, after the loop's broken,
I
yeah.
like communicating with people, so
That's true.
I would like to do a new language.
I'd build a house to keep people out. Not kidding.
Keep yourself in.
you could build a translator in the woodworking, so it
What?
translates for you. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I think that's a good choice. And then I do something like I used to enjoy playing like the keyboard during piano class.
Yeah.
I would definitely learn how to play
something creative.
something creative. Yeah.
Digital art would be
No,
good.
yeah. I would
What?
definitely want to draw because I've always wanted to draw.
Really?
Yeah, I just don't take the time to learn how to draw.
It takes a long time.
Yeah.
And I'm not even that good at it.
Yeah, you no, I'm just kidding.
I do something musical.
Musical?
Yeah.
What instrument?
I used to do violin and piano, so I'm probably one of those.
Clarinet. No, okay.
I was really good at the piano, like at the keyboard, when it just came to stuff with one hand.
You wouldn't be a ping pong master, a pool billiard master?
I'm already good at ping pong.
Yeah.
But you were not Randy Daytona level.
It's just the second hand that's
You're good
like,
at the melody, but not the.
the left hand just does not function properly. Like pinky, middle, compared to like
Yeah.
Yeah.
The dexterity of your left hand.
ever since I broke it, it's
Yeah.
just not the same.
Understandable. Oh.
Learn robotics and give yourself a robot hand. Then you could be master piano.
Would you chop off your left real hand to replace it with a robot hand?
For one day, yeah.
For one day, I would do it for one day to try it to see how it would work,
And then you get your real hand
and then I get my real hand back.
Left hand feels way better as real. No.
It would just depend on the like technology. It would just depend on the technology at the time. Like if it was like
You would make the technology.
okay, let me answer the freaking question. if the technology was not in my control, it would just depend like how far it's come along.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe also learning like programming or like AI, like algorithms or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know.
This feels pretty niche. I don't know how.
Useful it'd be
That'll be pretty useful in the future.
in the future for you,
Yeah.
maybe.
But
Yeah.
that, like, I feel like that's not as fulfilling. Like, it would help you get a job if you wanted to. Or,
Could tell you take over the world. What are you talking about?
I mean, maybe. How much are you going to learn within a tiny Punxsutawney town? I'm just kidding.
Well, if we're talking about
You
like
have the
today's
interest-
age. We have
yeah, probably today. In
yeah, but
today's
yeah,
age, you
that's
can
another question.
learn
Like
anything you want
today versus like
over the internet.
93.
All right.
Have you
Yeah.
guys ever experienced deja vu?
Yeah, all the time.
Really?
Honestly, all the
Yeah.
time. Yeah, I'll just be at work and I'll just be like, I feel like I've been here before, and then I'll hear something. I'm like,
You have been there before.
I've
It's your
heard-
job.
yeah, but like I'll hear something and I'll realize like the situation I'm in. Like I felt like I've dreamt this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's
felt
very
that way too.
weird. Yeah.
Like for like the last week, and obviously it's just probably because like of how close it is to home and how close it is for that person now. But I feel like I see the same car at the same time, like that I drive by every morning, and it's just like so
Yeah.
trippy.
It's weird.
On a certain commute, when I went all the way to Scottsdale, I had the same same yellow pickup truck
Yeah, mine's
all the time.
mine's like a black SUV that has like some of its doors painted white, like very obvious.
Yeah,
that car.
distinct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, same spot, like you're at the same time. Like it's such a weird feeling. I know that you go to work at the same time, probably,
yeah.
but
it's
it's still weird.
I'm going a different.
One time?
Yeah.
One time I like was on my way home and saw it the other way, so it was so weird. Like
Where are you going that way, dude? It's the end of the day.
it's like, hey, how come you're going the opposite way now?
It's his twin with the same car.
Yeah,
Or her
it's just
twin, I
like,
don't know.
just things like that. Like
Mm-hmm.
it just makes you think, and probably not for too long, but at the same time, it's just like, man, just the same loop.
It's just a weird feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I think I have an idea of what ends the loop, like the last thing that causes it to end, or maybe last two things.
Mm-hmm.
But what keeps him? What stops the loop? I guess I should ask, and then we can go into what's the last couple things that end it.
I think whatever is keeping him there, whether it's himself or some entity,
Yeah.
is, I think like what you were saying earlier with that Latin term, but like true,
Like.
not lying to himself, bliss,
Yeah.
happiness,
Yeah.
understanding of it.
Mm.
Maybe not fully developed, but he understands it.
Yeah.
Enjoyment of it, like,
Mm-hmm.
because there were times where that time where like Rita was staying with him, like at that point he was still pretty down on himself. He had just like committed a bunch of suicides. He still wasn't understanding like what was going on. Like he wasn't accepting of it. He wasn't learning anything from it. He wasn't trying to be a better person. He was just feeling down on himself.
He wasn't being honest. He was
Yeah.
manipulating everything.
Yeah.
And then the final cycle, he's being honest to himself, and he meant to do those things purposefully, being nice to people purposefully,
Yeah.
versus
Just.
trying to trick or pretend that he's being fake.
Yeah.
I think what really got him was the old man. Like
Yeah.
the homeless guy. Like
Yeah.
seeing death, seeing like that this man was probably homeless for a while, and
It's just too
And
late.
he's dead no matter what.
Yeah.
he's dead no matter what. And then on top of that, like he himself, Phil, has like all these things that he's taking for granted.
Yeah.
And like he has money probably because of his job position, and he's not enjoying his life regardless. Like he's just
trying to advance his career, but
mhm.
after a certain point, money doesn't get you any happier.
Mm-hmm.
It may create more problems.
Yep.
Yeah.
More money, more problems.
Yeah. I
It's like a
forgot.
different version of Mr. Scrooge.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. He did Mr. Scrooge as well, didn't he? Pretty sure he did
I
Mr.
think-
Scrooge.
I'm pretty sure he did at one point.
Yeah. I don't know if this came out
Christmas Story.
after or if it came out before, but I think he
Christmas Carol.
think it was so you were saying the last part was just like him not lying to himself and
Mm-hmm.
okay. And I forgot what you said, John. I'm sorry. I'm trying to like collect everything. Was yours around the same lines essentially? Yeah. I think I find it funny. Now I'll get into like kind of elaborating, but
Mm-hmm.
I find it funny. Even though he was bettering himself, he was still mean to what's the salesman. He was still mean to Ned, just until like the very last moment. That was the last thing that was keeping him, like the second to last thing keeping him from like ending it was ending the cycle was him just being the last one where he's probably lived like months or maybe years in there.
Years.
Years. And then Ned still comes up and he just like hugs him and he's like, can you call in sick wherever you're going? And he's like,
no
he
thanks.
figured out how to get rid of him.
I feel like that wasn't the final time.
That wasn't. That was
Yeah.
like the second to final step, maybe like
That we've
one
seen.
that we've seen. Yeah,
Yes.
but him just like not. He was at first trying to get with Rita for like a very like service level pleasure, but he helping everyone but along with her eventually got him to the point where he broke through that.
I don't think it was like surface level. I just didn't really think he understood his feelings at the time. Maybe he did like just desire her because of, but yeah, I don't know.
I think it was lust at first, and then it became like
he started to get to know her.
he spent a lifetime with her, but he actually got to know her. Yeah. So that cycle of being excellent in like almost every aspect of your life
Mm-hmm.
is happiness is like a psychological thing. Eudaimonia is an objective state of being that is not just a feeling. It's objective, like it's measurable.
Mm-hmm.
So he got to that measurable point where whatever entity, whatever like
Was looping.
whatever was looping it, he was like, okay, he finally learned his lesson. So now he can go on living his life.
Mm-hmm.
He can actually start living as opposed to just being like very self-centered.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that was very good. What it reminds me of too is the game that came out in 2000, Legend of Zelda: Majora's Mask.
Okay.
So it loops, right? And at the very beginning of the game, Link is looking for his friend Navi. So he's going on a quest for himself. And throughout the days, you figure out that by helping people, you get to the point where you can get past that whatever existential feeling that you have. And so it's like it has a similar direction, but they tell it in a different way.
That's a good connection.
Yeah. Like even like Majora, the Skull Kid, is Link, and I don't want to get too much into this, but is Link if he were to be corrupted by like his negativity. And so there's like a lot of symbolism in that, and I'm replaying it, so that's why I wasn't like pull it up.
Yeah.
But like
That's your 3DS?
that's my 3DS, yeah.
Nice.
I have it on 3DS too.
Yeah, I love that game.
I still haven't played it.
You have to play it. It's if I would say one Zelda game you have to play, it's either between Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask.
Those
are like
I haven't beaten Majora's Mask,
yeah,
but like I've watched videos on it and just some of the meaning
it's
behind
very
it. So.
deep.
Okay.
It's very deep. If there was a tattoo that I would get, I think I'd get a Majora's Mask tattoo somewhere.
You already have a tattoo.
Like another one, like a second tattoo.
Okay.
A second tattoo.
Like you already
meant like-
have one.
like a
so
second
you can't say
tattoo?
you can't say it like that. If I were to get another tattoo,
yeah, if
is
I were to get
better.
another
Yeah.
tattoo, it'd be Majora's Mask tattoo.
You think it's a birthmark already?
What? I forget about it sometimes.
Yeah, you're like, I got a birthmark.
Barely see it.
You can barely see it.
Like, oh, when did that get there?
Sometimes I look at it when I'm.
But yeah, that small connection of like
Mm-hmm.
fulfilling something greater than yourself and overcoming that.
Would you get the mask tattooed?
the actual Majora's Mask? I feel like it would be part of the tattoo.
Nice.
I would want to get an Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask tattoo, like with the Master Sword and Ocarina on one side, and the reflection of Ganon or something, and then Majora's Mask with somehow the Eye of Truth design with Link in the silhouette of that.
That sounds good.
Yeah, like I'm designing it in my head, but like it'd be an expensive tattoo.
Yeah.
I don't know where I'd put
Especially
it
if
at.
you're going to try to color it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I would definitely want to color it because Majora's Mask is a tattoo that
Yeah.
you would need colored. Yeah. But yeah, I feel like if you're not into Bill Murray in 1990 movies, if you want the feeling of this movie, Majora's Mask is the closest thing to do. I don't know how to explain it better than that.
Right. Message wise, at least.
Message wise,
That's
yeah.
pretty good, Jesse. Good job.
Yeah. I've been listening to Majora's Mask videos for like the past 4 days. So
Oh, man. Okay. A lot of connections then.
yeah. We can get deep into it. Maybe the allegory of the cave and the shadows and seeing the shadow of the groundhog,
The groundhog.
and what that means, like the
Gopher's
gopher's responsibility and the shadows, like
Called it a
this.
gopher again.
I did I?
The day and night cycle of the gopher groundhog.
Can you not?
He got me saying that. Of the groundhog seeing its shadow. I thought that's where it was leading. Like, he has to end the groundhog's life to end his day. I don't know. I thought that's where the movie was going when he kidnapped the
When
groundhog.
he kidnapped the groundhog.
Yeah.
The groundhog is Phil. Like the symbolism is it's him
Right. because
accepting a responsibility. Not the shadow is him being afraid of the shadow is him being afraid of
Who he is.
living.
Yeah.
Him. Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, they're
His
both
true
named
self.
Phil, so the connection's made there for
You're
you.
Phil.
Wow, you're a groundhog. Haha.
Hey, morons! Your bus is leaving right now.
Yeah.
So what do you think started the cycle? Was it like
The shovel hitting his head.
was it the first like him first seeing like Rita and just not being accepting that he actually finds her like attractive? Because he kind of like plays it off at first. And
So is that the first time he meets her? She's pretty new, I'm assuming.
that's the first time he meets her. He sees
Yeah.
her and she's like doing the blue screen
Blue
stuff.
screen with her blue jacket.
She's having the time of her life and
Yeah.
she's very like
Hmm.
happy with her life.
Yeah. I guess it was to teach him
Be more like this woman.
to get what he wants. He has to change.
Mm.
Yeah. If you want something deeper than just maybe a casual relationship, you have to earn that.
Yeah, maybe you don't have to change, but you have to earn
You
it.
have to earn that. Yeah.
He had to change to earn it, but
Yeah.
because of the person he was.
Yeah. He had to get to the point where they were even compatible.
Mhm.
Like, you can just tell the first interactions they're just not compatible at all.
He was really cold to the business, and she was excited.
Yeah, she was very excited. She was being vulnerable, like different faces and different like goofiness, and he's just like very like, nope, I don't like that. I don't like this. Get me out of here.
You should get out too.
You should get out. Yeah. So it's a good movie. Is it legendary? Not quite, but it's pretty good.
It's very, I think, memorable in the
Yeah.
movie space
Yeah.
because of how often it's referred to. I think
Yeah.
definitely.
Oh man, I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, the director, he's a Ghostbuster, right? Along with Bill Murray.
Really?
Yeah, he's a Ghostbuster. He's the doctor.
Oh.
What glasses?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty sure that's him. I'm assuming this comes after Ghostbusters because this was, I guess, late into his life, the director.
Mhm.
I'm assuming that maybe I'm mixing up names, but I'm pretty sure he's part of the Ghostbusters crew.
Ghostbusters was 1984.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Harold Ramses was Egon Spengler.
Yep. So there's a Ghostbuster connection there.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
A piece of trivia that I did find is that it was supposed to be Tom Hanks, but they thought he was too nice to play the character.
Interesting.
Okay.
All right. Anyway, do you guys have anything else to add?
Anything bad about the movie?
Oh, so if you were reliving this day, and you know it was gonna reset, would you do any bad stuff?
Would I do any bad stuff?
Yeah, personally, you don't have to tell me what you would do, but would you just like enjoying like crazy stuff you couldn't do? This would be like a video game essentially.
I would say yes because I think there's that maybe not
No consequences.
right.
No
there's that
consequences. Yeah.
fact of no consequences I have to deal with.
Yeah.
So I would probably do something fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And as he's learning and like achieving like getting to certain achievements, he's also doing stuff that is not like morally good. Like when he goes over the piano like teacher and he goes, "Oh, I got $1,000," and he just kicks out the little girl. Obviously tomorrow she's going to have that same lesson. So the consequences aren't there to like make it bad, but if the
That's a
next
Gray
day
area.
yeah,
ethically it's still
wrong, yeah.
to take the place of somebody that is already expected to be there.
What would have been very interesting is if, and this is just something I thought of,
There should have been consequences for that situation, though.
I feel like
Because
it should
she
have.
knew he was her student.
Yeah.
So.
But is it ethically wrong if they don't remember it the next day? So in
But-
the moment, yes.
Yeah.
They do remember the next day.
Yeah.
Because at that point, he's already like moving on to the next day.
Yeah.
At the end.
But that's if he goes to that same teacher,
It was the same teacher.
right?
Yeah.
Well, because she does recognize him as his student.
So
He-
maybe at the very last week or day, he doesn't need the lessons, but he's gone after the
After
student.
that student, maybe.
Yeah. So maybe he's corrected that.
Yeah, that's true.
Or maybe he
like,
was giving lessons like, hey, like.
or probably like,
I don't know.
or probably more like, hey, remember me? I was your student back then, type of thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because she's definitely older than him too. So.
Yeah. He can play it off like he does with some other girls. Like, oh, 12th grade?
Yeah, she's probably like, hey, remember me? I was your student back then, and
Yeah.
I have a show. You should come watch. And then so
Yeah.
she just thinks that
Mhm.
Can you help me with part of the show? or
because the
something?
party wasn't a thing until later on, right?
Yeah, it's the
in the
very
evening.
last part of the evening. Yeah.
But
yeah.
no, what I'm saying is like, was there a party throughout the entire cycle?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's the same bar and everything.
Hmm.
Yeah, they're celebrating the groundhog.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. It would have been very interesting
If
is
Nancy paid for him.
no if the cycle wasn't just one day, like after a while, like he would do things wrong, but the second day would happen and he would have to deal with the consequences of that, but then it would loop back to that day. Like that would be like very like attention, like more tension than what just it recycles. But if like let's just say that what's the one of the worst things, stealing money, like let's just say stealing money, and like he wakes up the next day and the cops are looking for him,
Right.
and then he has to deal with that, but then after he like serves his time or he does enough good, it resets like to the Groundhog's Day. That would have been like
after the consequences
after he
resolved.
suffered, like he learned his lesson for reals. That would have been
Right.
like an interesting thing too. Like just randomly it would just whoop, it's a 3-day loop and then it loops, but he's suffered for those couple of days. Or
Maybe
That'd
I
been
think
interesting.
depending on how that is written. Yeah.
if you do Groundhog's Day again, I think you can do a couple twists in there maybe. Belmont Blanc as the main character.
What's the other time loop movie Tom Cruise recently?
Edge of Tomorrow.
Edge of Tomorrow.
I haven't seen that, but I
Me
own it.
neither.
I own it.
Okay.
That's a Gennaro pick, so be aware that's a Gennaro pick. I'm pretty sure that's a Gennaro pick.
Okay.
If it's not, you gotta leave a comment down below, Gennaro.
Wait, it has a different name, doesn't it? Oblivion?
No, it's
Oblivion
different
is
movie.
a different
it's a
movie.
different movie, but
But
it does
also
have a
Tom
different
Cruise?
name. It's
Tom
like
Cruise.
Okay.
Live,
Live, Die, Repeat.
Die, Repeat. So it has, like, I don't know where it changed, but yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, Oblivion's the one where there's like clones of him,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
and they don't know who's the real one, and
I
they
haven't
like
seen that one.
split. They split like
I thought didn't you see Oblivion?
no.
No, we've seen Arrival. You guys have seen Arrival.
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen
Yeah.
Oblivion though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting, I guess.
Oh, it was a tormentor. No, it's Exodia. Obliterate.
Oblivion.
Okay, that it?
That's it.
Was there anything bad with the movie? We never answered that.
Deja vu. I
Deja
feel like
vu.
Albert asked
I
this
know.
question.
He did already.
I don't think for me, like, for me, it's just kind of the ending doesn't add up. When like we said, the piano teacher's one example. Like at a certain point, I feel like she would be more suspicious than
Talk about Rita.
yeah, Rita would be more suspicious than like wow, this is such a great guy. Like all these people are in this town that he only spends
Supposedly.
Yeah.
yeah, like yeah, I would feel like she would be more suspicious
Yeah,
about
from
it.
from her point of view, like he's switched completely different from the day before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he would
it's-
be so suspicious that she would never ever stay the night.
Yeah,
like that
I
would
feel
never
like
happen.
I definitely feel like that because at some point, too much good is too much good, right?
Yeah, too good of a thing.
Yeah,
After meeting a guy after one day.
But if it was so perfect that you logically couldn't like think, you couldn't think through it. You were just so in bliss.
You couldn't think otherwise.
Yeah, I think you, after a certain point, a perfect match for you would just capture you.
Yeah, it
Like
is a
if,
movie.
if a woman came into your life tomorrow and she's experienced this and she was going after you and she was just completely perfect waifu material, you
Don't
would be
say waifu.
stolen. You'd be stolen.
I don't know. I can't say you're not right because we'll never know. But
If like someone made the perfect cake, you'd just be like, I need to have this cake. And
I don't know.
that's not a good analogy, but
yeah, because you don't even like cake.
yeah, but
But-
like if there was a perfect cake, I would like it.
What's wrong with cake
It-
generally?
It's just not for me. It's
Then
a
perfect cake's not gonna be right for you either.
it's a
'cause you're never
low-
gonna try it.
it's
Other
a-
favorite dessert.
it's
ever.
a low pleasure, but if there was like some type of high pleasure cake,
But
a
okay,
high-level
I think
pleasure.
okay, hold on, time out. I think the
High-
difference.
high
I think the
level.
difference between what you're saying and like what happened in the movie are a little different. Like after
Yeah.
a while, he stopped trying to pursue her
Yeah,
and just kind of like improved himself as a person.
yeah.
But like still, it's just kind of weird that
You have to stop chasing something sometimes, and it comes to you.
yeah.
That perfect waifu girl's out there for you, John. You just gotta
yeah.
wait a little bit longer.
Boy, do I have a story to tell you? No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, yeah, obviously, I feel realistically, you're not going to get a person within one day. Realistically. But this is a movie, so
It's okay.
the girl's going to fall
No.
for the guy.
I feel like you can get anyone in one day. If it was 1,000 years of practicing something, you could get someone.
That's still not one day.
Yeah, but that's also not realistic.
But I mean, like of one day, like recycling. Let's just say,
For him, it's still not one day, and that's the problem.
yeah, for him it's not. But I mean, like if this phenomenon existed, you could.
It wouldn't be one day for you
What do you mean?
because you're reliving that day.
Yeah,
So
I know. But
your lifetime is more than.
yeah. But I
So,
mean, like,
yes, you're right, but
Yeah.
you're wrong at the same time.
yeah, I know what you're saying.
in the
Yeah.
perspective of the movie, yeah, of course, it makes sense if
Yeah.
a perfect person falls in front of you and is near you and
Yeah.
shows them that they're perfect for you.
You would just be snatcched out of
Yeah.
reality.
I mean, at this
You'd just
point,
be
we're
like-
using movie logic, so yes.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I think if something irresistible fell on your lap, you wouldn't know what to do. You just like your life would fall apart at that point.
you fall into it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You give into it.
Yeah.
I get
It's
it.
the good thing that never will happen, but
But as a story, I think the movie's good. Maybe some of the repetitious stuff is
Practicing,
Yeah, there you go.
While you guys are continuing to talk about this point, I'm just gonna practice.
Just every podcast be practicing and just be the best kisser in the
One
world. That's your
day.
one skill.
Anyway, finish your point.
I
sorry.
was just trying to see if did it drag on too long, but I feel like at the same
I
time
don't think so. I think they do a good job
paced
of
well.
moving on to the next thing.
I think John thinks 20 more minutes would have done him good.
No,
no,
this is a movie that did not need 20 more minutes.
it was well paced.
Yeah.
They didn't linger too long on something that he was.
It was an
focused on.
hour and 40, but it was a long hour and 40 in a good way.
Yeah.
It wasn't too long.
Whereas the last movie was an hour and 40, but it was too short in a bad way.
Mm-hmm.
Both
Yeah.
can be true for different movies.
Yes.
Yep. Yep. And they both have dogs in the name.
Because I think what does this movie justice is that, like, each time he replays something, they show you that it's not necessarily been the immediate loop right after.
Yeah.
That he's kind of gone through this multiple times to get back to this point and
Yeah.
learn other things.
Yeah.
So it was pretty clever. I liked it. This is a good pick.
It's a good pick, yeah.
Jugs and plugs?
Jugs and plugs.
Drugs.
So is there anything bad about this? No, I'm just kidding.
I don't know. Like, why are we rating it a 9 and a 10?
I told you why I rated it at 9.
Yeah, but it's also not realistic because it's whatever. I get it.
Yeah, the realistic is, but it's part of the movie.
You wouldn't be suspicious if the perfect person just randomly fell for you specifically?
I mean, as the people we are, I think we're close enough to Rita that we would not sleep with the person, but we'd be close to them.
Nah, it's typical.
Repeat your question one more time.
If the perfect person fell
How-
for you...
Your perfect Bill Murray fell in front of you and is chasing you.
Bill Murray was
Would-
right in front of you
would I
trying
be-
to seduce you.
Would I be suspicious of a perfect person, like wanting me?
Yes, just like Rita was experiencing with
Not a perfect person, your perfect person.
My perfect person?
Yes, your Bill Murray and your
Okay, so in this theoretical,
your Rita and
The-
Bill Murray is trying to
yeah, okay,
yes,
but theoretically, this
Uh-huh.
person is not my partner right now.
Right.
correct.
I mean, I'm suspicious of everyone. Like for when I first meet them,
Yeah, sure.
I'm suspicious. So I would be suspicious. And
And they know things. You get the sense that. See, that's another thing. Is like I feel like she would get the sense that he knows a little bit too much about her.
that he knows everything about her.
Literally, yeah.
Within this day, he doesn't drop that though. He doesn't know.
The last day, he did not drop that. Correct.
right. So she's not spooked out by what he knows.
I would be suspicious that this person wasn't real. I would be suspicious that then this is me being as unrealistically as possible.
As
That
res-
this person is
yeah.
an AI of some sort. Like they've collected all
Does
my
he read
data.
poetry to her the last day?
No.
I thought he did. He did one of those runs.
Yeah.
One of the days he does, but not that day. Not
While
the
she's
final day.
trying to keep her eyes open.
No, that's
that
a
was,
different day.
That was a different day.
That's a different. Yeah.
That was the day where he woke up and she's gone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I think I definitely would be suspicious. But it's
And
Be-
you would suspect AI
that'd be the first thing I would go to is
or
like,
aliens.
huh, how is this?
So then you wouldn't
happening?
fall for them.
I would and I wouldn't.
Not within one day.
I would avoid. There wouldn't be a second day. I would avoid
There.
any
Perfect.
All right,
temptation.
That's why it's a 9 out of 10.
That's why it's a 9 out of 10. Thank you for that, Jesse.
Because it's not realistic in yours in that situation.
But I also
For
have,
you.
but I've also never experienced a complete 11 out of 11
That's the premise.
11 out of 11?
yeah
Not 11 out of 10.
no
11 out
11
of 11.
This is so perfect
But-
that
Yeah, that's the premise of John's question.
yeah I don't know how I would react. Like
Yeah.
we people act illogical just out of random moments of their life.
Yeah.
Like you think you won't do something, but you've never been in that experience or that
True.
moment, and then it happens, and you don't react the way that you think you would react. And I've stopped. I don't know. I don't try to think about certain things because there's no point in thinking about them, right?
Yeah.
So
It's hard to mentally prepare yourself
Yeah.
for every situation.
I
Yeah.
made this face at Jesse
I saw.
because my nose is like got
itchy.
yeah. Sorry, Jesse.
No, it's okay. I
Yeah,
thought you were
so
like
you-
mimiking my like weird like squintiness.
I thought you were like trying to say wrap it up or something.
No, I was just like.
I don't like your idea. It stinks.
Oh yeah, keep going.
I don't
sorry.
believe you. I don't know. It's very tricky. Like
Mm-hmm.
you. I don't know. Like in one day, your life can change, and it doesn't have to be a perfect person. It can just be one big moment. It just changes, and you never foresaw it. You never prepared for it. And maybe you have prepared for a certain situation, but you just react differently. It's just you don't know.
No, you can't prepare for it.
You can't prepare for it. If this perfect person, let's just say the perfect person for Nicole came, like who knows how she would react, or how I would react, or how you would react, or
Yeah.
it does. Who knows?
If
Like
the perfect person for Nicole came, I'd shoot her dead. I wouldn't shoot him dead. I'd shoot her dead.
like I
Like, how dare you do this to my best friend?
like I don't know. Like
That's how I would react.
like I trust Nicole.
Why'd you kill my best friend, man? Why?
I
punching her in the stomach.
like I trust Nicole to the point like of
Knowing, yeah.
like knowing like I
Yeah.
like if she goes somewhere like I completely trust her.
Yeah.
But if someone so perfect came along down, I'd like almost from like heaven, like
Mhm.
a perfect being came down, like could you blame that person for being tempted by that?
Mm-mm.
I wouldn't blame them.
It would be hard.
because
I would be mad.
I would be mad, but I'd be like, it's like
But
You can't
that's-
pass that opportunity.
yeah, like
It's Bill Murray.
yeah, it's Bill.
I always joke around. I always joke around with Nicole
Yeah.
about if Johnny Depp like came up to her and told her like she wanted a one night stand, like I wouldn't be mad if she like agreed to it. But like young Johnny Depp, like
Yeah.
not like old.
I
but,
think that everyone has that celebrity crush pass.
yeah. I feel like a celebrity I could resist, but not like a perfect being. Honestly, if it was a perfect being, they would just snatch me. You'd be like, oh, conspiracy girl that works out, that has green eyes. Like,
Come into my van.
oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
You would never see me. You would never see me again.
I
Sorry.
think.
Girl with green
I think.
that works
I think out of the. I think out of the three of us, like you're probably the most secure with yourself. So for you, like if for you to say you'd react and
Like I don't want to say that because
Yeah.
like I'm engaged and like I
you wanna
want to
trust
be
yeah.
full like a fulfilling loyal partner.
But we're just talking about it in
But
this
I-
in
fictional
terms of
scenario.
yeah.
Yes.
But I think just like we're addicted to our phones to a certain point. If there was something so perfect that had the algorithms to match you,
Mhm.
we've already been captured by this. There's no way you would be able to resist something that was tuned to you 1,000%.
Yeah.
You couldn't say yes, I could resist that.
I mean, already, just like your example, there are AI chatbots you can buy
Yeah,
that you tweak to be your perfect person,
yeah.
and people have
Fallen in love
left
with
that thing.
yeah, or it's disrupted their actual relationships, and that's a program.
Right.
That's not a physical being. Like, there's no.
I mean, just like that movie.
yeah, I haven't seen that movie,
It's
but
good.
I've heard good things about her.
Yes.
All right, let's wrap this up. Because I feel like we could have this conversation for a long time. I mean,
You mean like every day forever? For
Over
one
and over.
day?
every day for one day? Yeah,
Every day for one day.
literally. But yeah, I feel like this conversation could go on for.
It would just keep like going different tangents.
Yeah. We could.
So, Jugs and Plugs. Subscribe to us on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube. Shout out to our old friend Alex for actually watching our videos. I really appreciate it.
Alex C?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I posted on Instagram all of us dressed up for Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah.
And I was like, guess that movie. He responded with Reservoir Dogs, and I asked I was like, how'd you know? And he's like, oh, I heard you guys talking about it on your podcast one time. And I was like, oh, thanks, man.
You mean like last week? No.
Yeah, literally last week. No. This was the day of us recording that.
So he's listens the day of, possibly.
No.
Oh, what?
No.
I posted the video when we were recording.
Oh.
Actually recording. So we were talking about it on a previous episode before that.
Right.
Oh.
And he was not out yet.
Okay,
yeah, and
okay.
he was listening to it, so.
I thought he cheated.
Yeah, I definitely just wanted to.
Insider info.
What?
Maybe he's reliving that day.
He already knows we're going to do this.
He already knows that the answer was Groundhog Day, because in a previous day of that day, he had
manipulated us to do the Groundhog Day.
Yeah. But yeah, I just wanted to shout him out for that. So thanks, man.
Yeah, thank you.
haven't met
Even though you've
Have I met
No.
Alex C? Okay,
No.
I didn't think so.
he moved away like when we were still in elementary school.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
even after all these years, so far away,
Aww.
you still watch us or listen to us. One of the
Both.
two, or both. Hopefully both.
Both.
Anyway, how do you guys feel about Groundhog Day? What would be your guys' two skills one for function and one for enjoyment?
Yeah.
What would you guys learn?
What's your favorite Zelda game? No.
Why do you enjoy Majora's Mask as much as you do Groundhog Day?
Or is Breath of the Wild the best game? Link
Nah.
down below. No? No? Okay.
It's definitely Majora's Mask or Ocarina of Time.
Really? Okay, interesting. I feel like they could remake
Both of them?
the story, but make it like maybe more open world, more.
For which one? Both of them?
I think Ocarina of Time has to be remade first, and then Majora's Mask.
I
could
think
be remade.
Ocarina of Time has more like open world aspects already
Yeah.
to it, to where it wouldn't be that big of an adjustment. Where
Yeah,
Majora's Mask would definitely take some time.
I feel like there hasn't been.
I don't
a game,
care what you feel like anymore.
It hasn't been a game made like Majora's Mask, at least that I've played.
I don't think I've ever played any console Zelda games other than Switch ones.
That's a shame.
I've played Minish
should-
Cap. I've
You should
played
feel ashamed. Of
Spirit
yourself.
Tracks.
You don't have to be ashamed, but
No,
you should
no,
definitely play some.
You should definitely be ashamed.
I've played Four Swords Adventures. That was on GameCube.
I don't care. You should have played. You should have played one of these two. Okay.
Yeah, I want to.
Ocarina of Time, definitely.
Yeah, it's on the 3DS. Would you
Both
say
of
that's the definitive version, or would
I
you
thought it was.
prefer? Would you prefer to play on the original hardware? Sorry for another tangent.
I think you should definitely play it on the 3DS version, just because it's mobile. To be honest with you,
Yeah.
yeah. I think for as fun as it was to like watch my cousin play on the old like 64,
Yeah.
like we're so privileged now to have the ability to like take our games anywhere
Yeah.
and play them. Like it's just
Yeah.
so much more enjoyment that way.
I don't know. I feel like
I can't
You-
sit. This is another problem that I saw. I forgot who brought it up, but like this day and age, people have such a hard time of just focusing on one task.
yeah.
They
that-
do.
That like I can't sit there. I personally cannot sit there and just play a game. Like something has
Really?
to be going on in the
No,
background.
I love that. Just
There are some games where I
Yeah.
can,
yeah.
but it takes a lot. Like it has to be like a really good game. Even I shouldn't say this, but
Ooh.
even my videos that I have to watch for school, like
You multitask.
I multitask on those. But it's all stuff I've already covered, so
Yeah.
I already know it. But
Oh, I gotta ask one question before we end the podcast.
another one.
One, maybe two questions.
Okay.
So we're on the 1001 movies that you must watch before you die, right?
Okay.
Is Groundhog's Day part of your list that you need to
that's a
watch
good
before you
question.
die? And we need to go back to the first.
Reservoir Dogs, I would say no.
Okay.
Groundhog's Day, I would definitely say yes.
Okay.
We should, at the end of your episode, or
Yeah.
maybe like for the final episode,
Yeah.
like after your episode, we
Yeah.
should make our own list and talk about it
Like what?
I would
as
say,
a side episode.
I would
All right, we
say
can do that.
as Quentin Tarantino's first movie showing kind of his legacy of movies, I would put Reservoir Dogs on my list.
I feel like there are better options that he
For
has.
Quentin
Yeah.
Tarantino's movies?
I would say yes, there are better options, but as his first movie to show,
Why don't we just put the first movie of every director then?
I mean,
No, I'm just kidding.
maybe I would probably
Yeah.
agree to that for myself.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I would.
You?
Same thing. I think Reservoir Dogs is a good movie, but it's not a you must see. Groundhog's Day, I would say, just barely makes it onto the movies you must see before you
Maybe
die.
we should start talking about that at the end of all of our movies.
Because I don't think I've ever watched. I don't think I've watched 1,000 movies.
We should go over.
List all the movies
should-
you know.
Yeah, we should definitely make a list of like at least 10, and then have like a side episode.
Yeah, we can do that.
And we'll make our own list.
You will not be happy with my list.
Probably not.
I mean,
I don't want to. I don't think Pacific Rim should be on a list, but you'll probably.
It's all going to be opinions anyway, so you're gonna.
Yeah.
We can't be happy with. It's fine.
Yeah. I do have like movies that might make it on there. I could probably give 10 for sure.
I would say definitely. We should definitely do 10. But if you feel like there's like 11, or like you can definitely like put like 11.
If you know more than 10, you
Yeah.
can list them quickly.
Because
yeah.
like in my mind, you're gonna hate me for saying this.
Yeah.
I definitely think that Infinity War and Endgame should go together, like on a list.
Why am I gonna hate you for saying that?
I don't know, because it's Marvel. You've been hating Marvel, but I know you like those movies. But
I mean,
Yeah.
it's he mostly hates Marvel past those movies.
Yeah, I just like the bad. I mean, dislike the bad Marvel.
I just like the bad movies. I don't like the good ones at all. But yeah, I think both of those would go on my list. But I would think that for me, I feel like they should go together.
That's hard to put that because you have to list a lot of movies to. I feel like you have to list some movies leading up to that.
I don't know.
I don't think you have to list all of them. I think you have to list some of them though.
I think those are movies that can definitely stand alone.
Yeah.
Those two specifically.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah. We'll have to see. I'm excited to see both of your lists.
Because like we're not saying that that anything that happened before you shouldn't watch,
Yeah.
but they're not must watch
Yeah.
in terms of like movies to watch before you die.
Okay.
Because if I'm not mistaken, both movies are on the 1001 movies to watch before you die, both
Wait.
Infinity War and Endgame,
Made 2
but
billion.
nothing previously. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Be thinking.
I feel this. Yeah. Yes, those movies are must watches, but I feel to get the impact of the movies emotionally, you want to watch a handful of the previous movies. Not all.
The
handful.
list is not saying that you're not watching the movies
yeah.
before; they're just must watch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's why I get your point. That's why I almost didn't
Yeah.
say what I just said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I would hope you'd watch other movies, but you don't have to watch everything up to it. It's just those are the must watch.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think
I
Jesse's
feel
main
like
thing is that Marvel changed a lot, mostly trying to monetize their brand after those two big movies.
I feel like Avengers should be on that list too. If we're doing an Endgame,
It is
I
the
know-
Avengers,
Well, John's
but-
not.
like the original Avengers, I think is a must watch. The second one, no, I don't think is a must watch.
John's
and
not
then,
excluding those. He
Yeah,
just
yeah.
talked about those two movies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I feel like Avengers and Infinity War are like must watch.
This
and
is a
be-
whole nother episode.
and because
literally, it could be.
yeah, we'll save it for another
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah.
We're gonna be in 2 hours into this podcast.
Yeah, at some point we're gonna reach the 2 hour mark. Okay. Anyway, this has been the Legendary Hit Podcast. Sorry for all the tangents of this. Like,
Maybe I'll cut them out and I'll make a smaller episode. I don't know.
I don't think
No,
you
don't
have
have
enough
to?
for it, but I think it's fine to leave it in
Okay,
here.
all right.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
That's just-
Yeah, join us next time for
the Schindler's
the list of Schindler.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's only by default because everything else seems boring.
For 1993.
For 1993,
And
must watch.
Okay.
if we choose something else, then
I'm sorry.
You know that Jesse changed his mind.
Well, I mean, that's if we're going based that list, that's the pick. Like that's the pick,
And we are going off that.
and
list.
we're going off the list, so that's the pick.
Okay.
Okay.
Even if I don't like it, we're watching it.
Okay.
That's the point.
Bye.
Goodbye.
His drink. Are you finished with your drink, or is it still? Oh, there's still some inside.